Michael van Gerwen earlier on. Took him a while to get going, but got going he did. Gian van Veen, meanwhile, defied a 9-darter in a big victory over Josh Rock. Well, these two met a couple of weeks ago. That was in Antwerp. Price won then, and he went on to win the whole night. So how will this semi-final meeting go? Let's find out in the company of Laura Turner and Rod Studd.
Thank you, Emma. Well, two players already in playoff place contention, looking to plunder more priceless Premier League points here in Belfast and enhance their top four hopes. Gerwyn Price has already won 10 nightly rounds of the Premier League under this format, looking to defeat Van Veen here, who's looking to make a third nightly final in his 2026 and debut season in this elite competition. So a close contest in prospect here under the watchful gaze of Laura Turner. What do you think will happen here, Laura? Good evening to you, by the way. That was rather rude of me. My apologies.
Good evening to you too, Rod. Well, yeah, no, it's always the question, isn't it? Because you could see with Gerwyn Price, and he mentioned in his interview with Polly that he was finding it frustrating because when it was clicking, he had legs of 10, 11 and 12 against MVG, but when it wasn't clicking, he was so off the boil. Whereas it was slightly more straightforward for Van Veen, who kicks off with a maximum.
Well, when Price won in night
59
2 in Antwerp, he defeated Van Veen, he defeated Van Gerwen, and he defeated Clayton. He won't get the chance to get the same treble up here because Clayton has lost in the semi-final to Bunting. But, you know, back in week 9 of 2025, on the epic night for Bunting in Berlin, it was Price he beat in the final. All sorts of darting omens on offer here in Belfast, where we saw Josh Rock hit the 20th 9-dart leg in the history of the Premier League. 5 of those 20 have been hit by Gerwyn Price, including 2 of them here in Belfast when he won the night and hit 2 9s in 2022.
100, he only required 81.
Yeah, he was emphatic, wasn't he, when he won back in 22. But he could find himself one leg
65.
down.
Well, he almost certainly will. No matter what he throws here. Van Veen we saw hit 3 ton plus outs in that 6-2 victory over Rock. He wants double 8. Double 4.
8.
Well, he was almost certain to win the leg. It's not quite so nailed on now. Needs the treble. Finds it. Bullseye now. Well, you give the Iceman a chance and you pay the price, man.
Yeah, very, very reminiscent of exactly what happened in his opening match, his quarter-final against MVG. He was on the back foot in that opening leg and then finds a 3-figure out on the ball just to pinch it away.
Well, Van Veen kicking in at the top of the leg with a max again.
Van Veen found himself hitting a 9 in Poland, was on the back end of a 9-darter already tonight.
Well, it's all right, all well and good, Gian going off with a maxi, but if you can't get the leg done and won in 15 darts or fewer, you're going to put yourself in peril at this level. And that is precisely what happened at the back end of the first.
100.
And I do wonder how much the head-to-head record does come into the thought process of players, because it's 9-1 in favour of Gerwyn Price. It's really heavily weighted in the Welshman's favour.
The last one finished 6 legs to 5, didn't it, in Antwerp?
60. Gerwyn, you were 102.
102 here, 82 going now, treble 14, all bullseye. Well, Van Veen back for 8-0 to level it up.
50. He only required 80.
Single 20 again. Tops just above that second dart.
60.
Well, chances coming and going. He's missed his opening 5 darts and a double here. And it'll be costly if Price pins the top of the shop. To go 2 up.
12. He only required
now
20.
Price is missing. And An opportunity here, Van Veen to break straight back. It's double 5.
That is 8 consecutive darts missed at double by the World Championship runner-up. And it's cost him 2 legs in a race to 6. Yeah, the head-to-head record, I think we made the point, Laura, in Antwerp, that it's pretty much a function of where they've been at their respective stages of their careers in these 10 meetings. Van Veen very much a fledgling darts player for most of those, and Price right at the top of his game. And I think we'll see that probably even out with Van Veen coming to the top of the tree and just ahead of Price now in terms of most rankings.
I do agree, absolutely. But there was one comment that Van Veen made, and that was he was never sure how to deal with the reactions, the big roaring from Gerwyn Price. He almost found it intimidating.
The booyah.
The booyah and the guans.
And if he throws in the unexpected come on, it can be disconcerting and confusing for an opponent. And we saw in the Van Gerwen game, he's also now introduced the silent booyah, where he just mouths it and stares his opponent down. He's improving and increasing his repertoire, the Welshman.
95. He only requires 147.
147. Can he clear this up? Needed a treble 17.
95.
But nonetheless, well, if he loses the leg from here, it'll be another leg, a heist like the first leg was. Can't keep missing darts at double, can he?
134. He only requires 52.
Double 16. He doesn't continue to miss. The streak of missed darts at double stops at 8. And Van Veen on the board, 2-1 now. 2 Price. Remember, it's Stephen Bunting awaiting in the final, who started the night without a point to his name. He's going to get at least 3.
And if you can get across the line, you'll start to see changes in that table as well. And it goes back to the fact that we're saying this is still quite early on in the Premier League. No one needs to panic yet.
Well, just doing some maths on the back of an envelope here. If Bunting wins the final, he'll go above Littler.
Yes.
Because Littler's on 4, right?
Yep, absolutely.
41.
And you've got long odds against that at the start of the night. And Littler and Humphries outside the playoff places, below the black line at the moment. Look at Van Veen. Construct that maximum.
180.
The third maximum of the match for Van Veen.
140.
Desperately needs the treble.
60.
Well, it does leave a finish, but it's a long-range one, and Price with a 2-dart combo. No finish now.
57.
Van Veen, it's a long-range bid. 2 treble 20s. There's one of them. You'd fancy a second. He finds it for tops. This would really shake the joint. Gian van Veen stuns Gerwyn Price with a whopping 160 to level up the match from 2-0 down to 2-2 in the twinkling of an eye.
Game on.
Yeah, huge moment in the match for Van Veen. Van Veen has been the better scorer throughout. It was just those missed darts in legs 1 and 2, 8 in total, but since then, perfection on the outer ring for the Dutchman.
It will have statisticians muttering to themselves, regression to the mean. He missed the first 8 at a double in the match, then he hit his next one, and then his next one off the back of the 2 treble 20s for the 160. Price stunned.
60.
Couldn't say he was in control of the match by any man remains, Laura, but certainly on top and 2 up, looking good for the Welshman. But suddenly now it's all back in the hands of Gian van Veen, because he has the darts.
I think from the start it feels like it's all been in Van Veen's control. It's just his misses, because when you look at the stats in terms of the numbers scored, it's only 140, no 180s for Price so far. So scoring-wise, he's well off the mark.
Very much so, and the averages tell the story. Even with all those missed darts at double, Van Veen averaging over 100, or now 99.5, and Price a full 11 points adrift of that figure. Although this is improving his data to some tune. His first of the match to go with the solitary 140. Van Veen doesn't care about that. Smashes in the double 16, makes it 3 legs on the trot, and 3 consecutive darts at double on the trot, by the way. Well, now Van Veen can't miss a double and Price can't miss a treble. What's happening here? The game has turned on its head.
Yeah, back-to-back 180s just happened to be over two different legs for Gerwyn Price.
140.
They're both doing the opposite of what they were doing before. But this is something Gerwyn Price has done before many, many times. 5 times in the Prem. The 9-dart king in the Premier League. Undisputed, Gerwyn Price. Twice in Belfast before, but not tonight. Not yet. And Josh Rock with that
63.
epic moment, a moment he'll never forget, the 9-dart leg in the match against Van Veen. And it seemed possible then that the big Dutchman was going to be on the wrong end of a 9, 2 matches running. And 3 matches running if you count the one in Poland.
Quite, but he is on the wrong end of an 11 dart from Gerwyn Price. Price levelling up 3 apiece. This is very much what Price was doing in his quarter-final against Michael van Gerwen. There were just these brilliant purple patches where he looked like he couldn't miss and then was completely off the boil in terms of scoring.
He was 5-3 down in that match and then ran the last 3 legs straight, including the 11th leg against the darts, to down Van Gerwen. And here Price looking for a crucial break. And looking for a crucial maxi, and he finds it. 3 each now in terms of 180s. It was 3-0 to Van Veen. And from averages that were pretty mediocre at best are now suddenly stratospheric. Price is tiptoed over the ton and Van Veen averaging 105 and change.
137. He only required 94.
Proper Premier League darts now. Tops. This would be for 11 darts. 12 would do, and he needs it. Doesn't miss again. Van Veen bangs in a 10 to go 4-3 up.
96.
Yeah, this match really has caught a light.
6-5 Price in Antwerp. Every possibility of an 11th leg shootout here now.
And in Antwerp, the night that he did go on to win, he had to survive match darts from Van Veen as well. Van Veen had the chance to beat him, but couldn't quite finish it off.
94.
Well, both playing now at such an exquisite standard that any slip, any trebleless turn could spell disaster for either player.
100.
Yeah, and the leg that Gerwyn Price has thrown first on, wants to get across the line. He needs to find a way to break Van Veen if he's going to make it through to another final.
The treble gives him complete control of the leg.
140.
He leaves 80 after a dozen, and Van Veen has got to find 2 big trebles here. Won't do so.
94. Gerwyn, you require 80.
Single for tops. Well, that was not ideally thrown. It makes no difference now.
Gerwyn Price.
4 each.
Game on.
3 legs left. Van Veen has thrown in 2 of them.
121.
But Gerwyn Price is now prowling, lurking, loitering with intent here.
83.
Yeah, not happy with the visit, especially after finding such a perfect first dart. There again, you can see just the improvement in the averages as maximum number 4 goes in for Van Veen.
137.
I agree with what you're saying, Rod. I've got the feel of a match that's going to go right down to the wire again.
88.
Well, he will get 2 visits to the hockey from 1-1-2 down. He may only need 1, but he has 2, so he can utilise this as a set-up turn. Gian, double 16, doesn't need a second turn. Bangs it in, 5-4 up. 1 up now, Van Veen, with 2 to play, as he looks for only his 2nd career win over the Iceman.
it's not the first time this evening that Gerwyn Price has found himself in this position. Managed to find visits of 10 and 12 darts to get across the line against MVG. Needs to find something similar here,
95.
you feel.
97.
Well, when you consider that Gian van Veen missed his first 8 darts at a double in this contest, he's now hit 5 of the remaining 6 he's thrown at a double in the match.
100.
So he's found his finishing finesse here, and if he keeps that going, he'll win the match.
137.
But he may have to go to the final leg. In fact, it seems likely now. Needs the lot. Well, went hunting the bullseye.
Going to 144.
Another. Double 12.
132.
Well, missing inside could cause him a problem if he comes back and does the same thing on double 6. Because he will be coming back for double 6.
He does have a chance to level it up once again.
97.
To force that deciding leg, it's double 6.
Cannot come inside. That's going to cause him a problem. Double 3, no problem. Who suggested there was a problem there?
I'm not
Silly
sure.
talk.
No one heard it, Rod. Don't worry about it.
Silly talk. It goes all the way just as it did a fortnight ago in Belgium, now in Belfast. And Van Veen has the darts here.
123.
That's okay. But nowadays, 1, 2, 3 does leave you vulnerable.
100.
Now, Gerwyn Price couldn't quite fill it up, but so little to split these two.
This is for a place in the Belfast money match against Stephen Bunting. For Gian van Veen, he seeks to reach the final of a Premier League night for the 3rd time in 2026.
93.
Well, 6-4 in night 1 to Van Gerwen, 6-2 to Clayton last week.
The thing that Van Veen is also more than aware of, he keeps making finals, but he's not getting across the line in the World Championships. Last weekend in Poland, and twice on the Premier League.
The bounce out from Van Veen, and Gerwyn Price jumps all over it. Tramples all over it. And now, Laura alluded to it, excellent legs at the back end against Van Gerwen, and now again. Bullseye for the match for a dozen darter, winning leg. Can't find it, never scared the ball. And so Van Veen for a reprieve, should get a match dart or darts here. It'll be only one dart only, a double 16. Gian van Veen for the 3rd time in the 2026 Premier League, his debut year, is into the nightly final, this time in Belfast. He downs Gerwyn Price in another thriller. They play out another 6-5.